Happy Pride Month to all the LGBTQ plus community out there. Hello everyone, hello. Just thought I'd have a story time video since it's Pride Month, and it concerns a trip I had to Vegas at one time some years back, and the head flight attendant who happened to be gay. and just let me say, this video is in no way intended to offend anyone. It's just something that happened, and it was amusing, and I thought I would share it with you. But anyway, a friend of mine and I had gone to Vegas, which for some conventions, and we were in a casino, and he didn't want to be known there because he kept saying, "I'm a Baptist, I'm not supposed to be here, I'm not supposed to gamble." But we ended up going in, and I persuaded him to play the slots, and he was playing them, and he started winning, and he hit the jackpot, and buddy, he was jumping up and down, hollering and screaming and just carrying on, making a big to-do. And at that time, one of the security fellas came over and said, "Sir, may I help you?" And my friend said, "Oh, I just won the jackpot. And well, may I suggest you collect your winnings and go to the cashier's window and check out, sir?" And my friend said, "Oh, I can't do that. I gotta get some photos here." And he handed him his phone and said, "Here, take a couple of pictures. I gotta have some pictures." And I said, "Well, I thought you didn't want to be anyone to know you were in a casino and that you were gambling, that you won whatever happened here in Vegas to stay in Vegas." He said, "Well, I did, but I got to let everybody know I won a jackpot, and they won't believe me if I don't have some pictures." So the security fella, he obliged. He snapped a few pictures and then handed a phone back to my friend and said, I suggest you take your winnings and go cash out, please." So I get my friend, after we've gathered up the coins, and go to the cashier's windows to check out. And then while he's finishing cashing out, I go back and find the security guard, and I tell him how thankful I was for running into him, and that I appreciated him being so kind and taking some photos. I told him I never thought I would meet anybody so nice in Vegas, and he said, "Well, that's quite all right, sir. That was my job." And I must tell you, I never thought in my lifetime I would ever meet the male version of Lucy and Ethel. And with that, I went back, got my friend, and we left, and went to the hotel pack and got to the airport, which is the rest of the story. Well, we got onto the plane and everything, and we were sitting there, and it kept getting delayed, and there was this one annoying lady who started complaining from the get-go about everything. First, the temperature was too hot, then it was too cold, then it was the lighting was too bright, then it was too dim, and the pillow was too soft, or the pillow, just on and on and on about everything, until we finally were able to take off. And because of the delay in taking off, we actually got served a meal, and part of the meal was a baked potato. And of course, as soon as she got her potato, she started her meal, she started complaining all up again. The first thing she complained about was, of course, the potato. And she said, "This potato's bad. This potato is bad." She kept just fussing on, "This potato's bad. This potato." And the head steward came up, and he said, "Madam, how much?" She said, "This potato's bad. I need you to do something with it." So with that, he took the potato in his hand and took his other hand and patted that potato and said, bad potato, bad potato, bad potato, and handed the potato back to her and said, is there anything I can do for you, madam? And she didn't say nothing else the rest of the trip. But he got a few applause and cheers from the rest of the passengers on the airplane. But like I said, it was a dull flight and everything. And as the time wore on, he started getting more and more campy and more out there with his actions and his voice and stuff. Just nothing to be offensive or anything. Just basically just as entertainment for the passengers. And it was just interesting to see how he interacted. I mean, if he could have been in a talent show or a drag show, he probably would have won. But that's how good he was. But anyway, things progress to time for landing, and then he starts giving the normal landing spiel that all airlines do about fastening your seat belts and putting your seats in the upright position and putting your trays in the upright position and all that good stuff. And he was going up and down the aisle checking to make sure everybody had their seat belts fastened and everything. And over to the one side there was this young lady in the aisle seat who seemed not to be paying no attention to him or anything, just ignore him. So he went up and told her, madam, we are in the pattern to land. We need you to buckle your seatbelt and put your lap tray in the upright position so that we can land. And the lady did him and said, in my country, I am a princess and I do not do things like this. I have someone to do them for me. And with that, he looked her dead in the face and put his hands on his hips and said, well, in my country, I am known as a queen, and therefore I outrank you, so I am ordering you to buckle your seatbelt and put that tray up and get ready for landing. And with that, the whole plane just cheered and clapped. And it was just a slight instance and funny, and nobody on the plane minded it, that he was gay, and he made no effort to hide it, even from the beginning when people were getting on the plane. But he just decided to take upon himself to put on a show, and most of the passengers really enjoyed it because it would have been a dull, boring flight otherwise. And most everybody thanked him on the way out, and they gave him a few pats, and some of other passengers even gave him a hug, especially the female passengers, and even a few of the men gave him a little hug and a little quick pat on the back. And I went by and thanked him and told him that I'm enjoying my flight, and I told him that I was a supporter of equal rights, and that I believe wholeheartedly that love is love, and you deserve to love whoever you want and marry whoever you want. And that I said, and as far as that goes, I believe God loves you. He wouldn't have created you otherwise. So no matter what anybody else says, just know that you're loved, and I love you too. And I told him to have a blessed day, and he thanked me with that. And with that, I exited the plane. And that was my trip to Vegas. And I hope to get back again someday, and hopefully it'll be an uneventful flight should I go though. But I just thought I would share that little story for you, being as it is Pride Month. And as I say, I didn't share it to offend anybody. I just didn't share it because it was something that did happen, and I hope you did enjoy it somewhat. And again, support the LGBT plus community. They deserve our support, and if there's a Pride event in your area, go out and support it and show your support. Thank you, and have a good day.